जी वेलकम टू वैंटेज डेवलपर्स प्रेजेंट्स गेम ऑन है। मैं हूँ रोहा नदीम। यूएसए के साथ सुपर ओवर का मैच हारने के बाद फिर इंडिया के अगेंस्ट एक बहुत जीता हुआ मैच ऑलमोस्ट हारने के बाद पाकिस्तान ने फाइनली अपना अकाउंट खोल लिया है इन द आईसीसी T20 वर्ल्ड कप 2024 बाय अ विन अगेंस्ट कनाडा बाय 7 विकेट्स। इस स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड रन चेज को एक दफ़ा फिर रिलिव करेंगे अपनी पोस्ट मैच एनालिसिस के थ्रू जो हमारे गेस्ट आपके लिए लेके आए हैं। हम लोग वापस पूरी कोशिश है हमारी कि इस वर्ल्ड कप में जो है हम अपना बेस्ट करें टू शेयर विद यू एवरीथिंग दैट इज गोइंग ऑन बिहाइंड द सीन्स एंड ऑफ कोर्स अ लॉट टू टॉक अबाउट वंस अगेन फ्रॉम दिस मैच एज वेल। बट जितनी बात हमने इंडिया के मैच के बाद की थी, especially the criticism that went on surrounding the Pakistan team, whether it was about the bowling, whether it was about the batting, थोड़ी सी अब वो सेटल डाउन हुई होगी, खास तौर पे अब क्योंकि पॉइंट्स ऑन द टेबल आ गए हैं, 2 पॉइंट्स, दोज वेरी क्रूशल पॉइंट्स. सो वी विल टॉक अबाउट ऑल ऑफ दिस एंड हाउ ऑफ कोर्स पाकिस्तान अप्रोच्ड द रन चेज and that mindset that was clearly different and we saw that right from the coin toss. We saw that from that much needed change that was made in the top order. So all of that coming up shortly. I've got with me my beautiful co-host Erin Holland and she's also as happy about the Pakistan win as we all are because she's almost half Pakistani now. Erin, what were your thoughts watching Pakistan take on Canada?
At last. Where has this been? Exactly. A clinical run chase. They got the job done with the ball. Zabardast performance. Finally, 2 points on the board. Still in it with a chance, and what a much lighter room it is in the post-match show. I have to say, you're smiling. That makes me very happy. And I'll tell you now that it's actually worked out. Reverse psychology wearing red today. I wore green last time. It didn't work out. I've worn red today, opposite colours. Here we are. So I think I've learnt my lesson.
You know who to thank, the whole country. But quickly introducing our Shandar Zabardast panel who is here with us once again. Shoaib Akhtar, Martin Guptill, Yunus Khan and Mohammad Hafiz. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Shoaib coming quickly to Canada's first innings, 106 on the board. उनके कैप्टन ने कहा 25-30 रन्स हम शॉर्ट थे, इस वजह से हम हारे हैं. Your thoughts on how Pakistan approached this run chase?
तो किसने कहा था ना करो? वो कर लेते हैं 25-30 रन.
Mohammad Amir would disagree.
I mean, Johnson was there, right? Yeah. Johnson was there. He should not play. वो उनका रिजवान निकला, ऊपर से मार दी. वो खड़ा रहा, 5 ओवर पड़े हुए हैं, आराम से go out there, just tap it in, बड़ी शॉट इन लग रही and make sure that you score some runs. But Pakistan, again, पाकिस्तान ने यही करना था, total, Aaron. यही करना चाहिए था पाकिस्तान को. 52 and 52 runs, 52 balls, 52 runs. Similarly, Babar, 35 balls, 35 runs. That's all he had to do against India. We are not criticizing you because you could not deliver. It is just right there for taking. We didn't take it. So, हमें गुस्सा इसलिए आया. We're a bit angry. But now, let's moving forward. Guys, don't lose hope. We're still in the tournament. We need to beat next team.
Ireland.
Ireland, who don't have a good history between Ireland and us. Ireland has become a very dangerous team. But anyways, moving forward, I think it's a great win, great display of skill set, a good motivation, good intent, being seen out there. That's all they needed. Bit of a tap on the shoulder, and we got them started.
Marty, if they finally get that win on the board, limited chatter happening online just about, are they aware of net run rate? Why are they not attacking this, with a more ferocious pace to try and, get ahead of that net run rate? But you've got to win the game first and foremost, and that's exactly what they did today. Were you impressed with the psychological win as well as the actual legitimate win today on the board?
I think they definitely needed the win for themselves, the confidence to get back on the horse and make sure they get back to winning ways, because in T20 cricket, losing is very much a habit, but the other side of that is winning becomes a habit as well. And if you can create that winning thought process within the team, everything sort of flows on from that and you can start playing better cricket. But I thought they actually did really well. What they did better today was that they rotated the strike a lot easier, with a lot more freedom. They weren't put under as much pressure with probably as good a bowling attack, but what they did well is they had Babar and Rizwan both time in the middle, rotated the strike nicely. They didn't get bogged down like they did against India, and that creates frustration, creates rash shots. I think we saw today that Rizwan played some beautiful shots when he used his feet to the spinners, got down to the pitch of the ball, hit over cover beautifully, and down the ground. It was a really professional effort because if those sorts of chases, if you go too hard too early and you get to 4 or 5 down, still needing 40 runs, things become a little bit dicey. That's when that pressure and the frustration sets in and you play rash shots and then you end up finding yourself 6 or 7 down, still needing 25 runs. So I thought they did really well and they did exactly what they needed to get back on the winning ways.
Right, Yunus, your thoughts on, of course, that Mohammad Rizwan 50 as well. He now has the most 50s for an opener in T20 internationals. 71 innings की अगर हम उनके देखें 50 plus scores. But आज का
के 100 wickets वो भी
Exactly.
बहुत अच्छा एक
और इस विकेट पे जिस तरह शोएब ने कहा यही चीज हम इंडिया के अगेंस्ट भी कर सकते थे. इट वाजंट मच ऑफ अ चैलेंज, ना कोई कॉम्प्लिकेशन थी. आज
नहीं
भी बहुत
कॉम्प्लिकेशन थी,
आज
इंडिया
बहुत
खेल
simple
रही
था.
थी हमारे खिलाफ.
लेकिन रिजवान जैसे बैटर उनके ऊपर हमने शो में भी बात की कि कुछ चीजें उनको पिक कर लेनी चाहिए थी एज अ सीनियर बैटर. जब बुमराह को वापस लाया गया, मे बी ही कुड हैव हेल्ड एंड प्रोटेक्टेड हिज विकेट देयर. टर्न ऑफ थिंग्स फॉर हिम टुडे, आज जिस तरह उन्होंने अप्रोच किया अपने इनिंग्स को.
नहीं ज़बरदस्त था. जैसे बॉलर्स ने बॉलिंग की और उसके बाद जब बैटर्स की बारी आई एग्जैक्टली वैसे ही एक टारगेट था जो कि उन्होंने चेज़ किया. और अच्छी बात है, जैसे हमने लास्ट मैच में बार बार बात कर रहे थे कि मोहम्मद रिजवान को और बाबर आजम को क्या करना है, एग्जैक्टली यही करना था जैसे वो आज खेले. अच्छी बात है जब आपके पास पॉइंट्स होते हैं, आपके जो टॉप के बैटर्स होते हैं वो इन्फॉर्म होते हैं, बॉलिंग भी इन्फॉर्म होती है. मेरे ख्याल से एक अच्छा साइन है पाकिस्तान के लिए और मच नीडेड हमारी विक्ट्री थी. मेरे ख्याल से इसी तरह खेलें. अब अगर हम नेट रन रेट की बात करेंगे तो बहुत सारे अप एंड डाउन्स हो रहे थे. अब ये नहीं था क्योंकि आपके पास पॉइंट्स ही नहीं थे तो इसलिए चांस नहीं लिया गया होगा. मेरे ख्याल से ये ठीक था. अब मूव फॉरवर्ड करें, अगले मैच पे फोकस करें, एक अच्छा अपना इसी तरह खेलें और जहाँ जहाँ जैसे मैं बार बार बात करता हूँ सिचुएशन के हिसाब से खेलें. अगर सिचुएशन अगले मैच में 180 रन चेज़ कर रहे हों तो एग्जैक्टली उसी तरह खेलें. अगर 80 रन चेज़ कर रहे हो सिर्फ तो वैसे ही, लेकिन मेक श्योर करें कि जब आखिरी मैच आएगा तो अपना नेट रन रेट थोड़ा सा बेहतर कर सकते हैं. अच्छी बात है पाकिस्तान आज मैच खेला, बॉलर्स ने बहुत अच्छी बॉलिंग की. उसके बाद हमें कैप्टनसी भी आज काफ़ी बेहतर लगी और ख़ास तौर पे जिस तरह इन्होंने हमने चेज़ किया आज, और मैं कह रहा हूँ हमने जिस तरह चेज़ किया तो ये अच्छी बात है कि अब ऑनरशिप हम सबको भी लेनी है और प्लेयर्स को भी लेनी है.
And Professor, a much more measured run chase from the batters from Pakistan. Yes, a different looking lineup. The Saim Ayub experiment, it's not like it came off exceptionally well today, but it gave something different. Babar coming in at 3. What did you think of the game today and were you happy with the lineup in the end?
Well, first of all, congratulations to Pakistan team. They came out from a, I will call it a mental torture. Because once you don't play well against India, you mentally get down. So they came out of it, they did well as a team, so fantastic work. If you talk about earlier, the bowling basically set the tone for the Pakistan team. They bowled Canada, like they bowled 20 overs within the power runs. Because if they could manage to get 130 on this track, it could have been a different story. But we basically bowled well, Amir bowled really well, Naseem Shah and everyone basically played their role to restrict Canada under power runs. And then the approach to chase it down was really fantastic because we saw in the previous couple of games the rotation of strike was not good. Because as we mentioned a couple of times, even Martin said a couple of times in the same thing, like as a batsman, if you rotate the strike well, you give yourself a best chance to go ahead of the game. So I think they did well, especially Rizwan. He was really fantastic today, the way he batted. And along with, I think you calling it experiment, I think it's the right solution for Pakistan cricket to have Saim as an opener because that give a first 4 sorted. Because no matter which format you play, especially in a T20 format, you would like to have a proper 4 batsmen who can rely to win the game for you in any given condition. So I think at the moment, if Saim plays as an opener, it gives the right balance to Pakistan in their batting lineup in the first 4 batters. So I think they did a right thing. Yes, he got out, but I think the intentions were right. The way he batted, the way he got out, but I think the shot was on. We only criticize sometimes the consequences. We criticize sometimes on the result, but we don't see that what was the process.
The context
I think personally Saim was playing well. The shot was on, he couldn't execute it well. That is a different story. But Babar coming at number 3, I think this is the right position for him where he always take the right approach to take the game on. He batted really well. His rotation, because he's technically so solid, like he does not bog down in any situation of the game. So what he does, he basically rotates the strike well, and that really worked for Pakistan tonight. So I personally think Rizwan and Babar, they again proved that they are the main pillar of Pakistan team, and they're doing well for Pakistan team. Once they do well, Pakistan mostly win the game. So I'm really happy to see this success. But obviously, this win was really important. That's what they did.
चलें एक क्विक नजर डालते हैं मैच समरी पे. What happened in New York this morning? Pakistan won the toss and put Canada to bat first. It was pretty much a one-man show from Aaron Johnson, 52 from him off 44 balls. पाकिस्तान के बॉलर्स ने काफी अच्छी ग्रिप रखी मैच पे. आमिर with that player of the match winning spell, 4 overs from him, 2 wickets, giving away just 13 runs. Haris Rauf also picking up 2 crucial wickets in his quota of overs. Shaheen and Naseem with 1 wicket each. जवाब में बहुत straight forward chase था ये पाकिस्तान के लिए एक बार फिर, और मोहम्मद रिजवान coming through with the bat, 53 and pretty much leading that run chase, 53 not out from him, and of course being supported by his captain, 33 from him, and a good effort at the top from Canada with the ball, but in the end Pakistan were just cruising through this run chase and in the end winning the match by 7 wickets. इसका रिजल्ट अभी आया है पॉइंट्स टेबल पे कि 2 पॉइंट्स पाकिस्तान के पास आ चुके हैं और नेट रन रेट जो है वो इस वक्त 0.19 का है, एंड कनाडा बिल्कुल उनसे नीचे 2 पॉइंट्स के साथ, लेकिन उनका नेट रन रेट इस वक्त थोड़ा सा नेगेटिव नजर आ रहा है. बट दैट्स व्हाट ग्रुप ए लुक्स लाइक राइट नाउ. इंडिया ऑफ कोर्स लीडिंग दैट. नेट रन रेट थोड़ा बेहतर हुआ है और बाबर ने भी बाद में ये बोला है कि उनके माइंड में नेट रन रेट था, लेकिन the man who set it up for Pakistan, Mohammad Amir, your thoughts on watching his spell and especially with that economy on this pitch?
नहीं, आप देख सकते हैं बड़ा क्लियरली कि वो एक्सपीरियंस उसका बोल रहा है, उसकी लेंथ, उसकी हमेशा मैं कहता हूँ लेंथ में एग्रेशन होता है, पेस में नहीं. वो अपनी लेंथ को जेपटाइज नहीं होने दे रहा था. वो बड़ा समझदार फास्ट बॉलर है. पहला सारे बॉल ने, जैसे मार्टिन ने कहा, पहला सारा बॉल ने लूज़ किया. बट अगेन हैविंग सेड दैट, आई थिंक द पिक ऑफ द बॉलर इज आमिर. Is smart, he justifies his place, he justifies his comeback into Pakistan team. But again, I think effort was there from him. और आगे I think compliment किया है आगे. Naseem Shah looked a bit excited, forgot his length, बाहर ball कर रहा था. Don't do it, because my belief is that Pakistan needs to play Super 8. And the whole of India is praying for Pakistan to come and meet us in the quarterfinals and the semi-finals. This is what I know India's. I've worked with India. So the whole world is praying that. So it is very demoralizing for overseas Pakistani when they come to see, you see the once in a lifetime, they come and watch their teams to play in front of their eyes. And that never happened before. They were really disappointed. I really want Pakistan to get through the Super 8. If Ireland, please lose it. Make sure you do. So,
do us the service.
To us and to India, Scotland needs to lose from India. But the bowling effort is there. Naseem Shah was great. Haris Rauf, again, he means business. It's okay down and about because he gets too much of preaching from the captain. So you get nervous about it. So you got to let loose of your fast bowlers. उससे कहा यार थोड़ा आगे कर, थोड़ा यहाँ रख. वो हर बॉल पे अगर कहा ना इधर कर, यहाँ कर, वो confuse जाता है बंदा. So but it looked a good team. I still believe कि जब अगर विकेटें सही होंगी तो साइम अयूब in West Indies lethal. My personal likeness is Fakhar Zaman as an opener. The person that he invested into for last 6 years, he can just give you a proper platform. This is a cut for role for him, this kind of a cricket. But unfortunately, he's up and down. His mindset is all over the place. He doesn't know what to play right now.
He's a team player. He's doing that.
He is. I mean, so is Rizwan. आज 2 स्टेटमेंट तगड़ी गई हैं, टीम की अप्रोच ही बदल गई है. तो मैं ज़्यादा और कुछ नहीं चाहता हूँ. बट देखिए, स्कॉटलैंड 2 मैच हारता है, पाकिस्तान 1 जीतता है, पाकिस्तान सुपर 8 क्वालिफाई करता है. पाकिस्तान जिस दिन सुपर 8 में घुस गया, फिर साउथ अफ्रीका भी खैर नहीं, फिर ऑस्ट्रेलिया की भी खैर नहीं. ऑस्ट्रेलिया ना आया, अल्लाह ना करे. ऑस्ट्रेलिया का माइंडसेट वो प्रेशर बहुत
बट इस वक्त यूएसए का हारना जो है वो
मुझे इसलिए थोड़ी सी खांसी आ रही है.
आई नो. मैंने भी सोचा, मैं क्या हरा देंगे कि नहीं, मैं हराएंगे नहीं, मगर नहीं, वो प्रेशर में से बहुत चले थे. पाकिस्तान only gets bogged down with the pressure. That's it, Aaron. Simple. आज प्रेशर नहीं था ना, no pressure. Nothing of the sort. It's Canada. Though they were bowling better than Indians, by the way. At times, Jordan, if you see, he was nipping around, he was swinging around.
Yeah.
But there was no pressure. So hold your nerve, get through the Super 8. Somehow, we're going to do the same thing as usual for last 10 years. You know what? Pray.
Come back.
Pray.
I'm praying. 1.5 million people have watched.
And in the
You and
last
I
game,
prayed
you
for
were also
Tessa.
praying that.
I was praying. I was praying. And I think we're all praying for a rematch of India-Pakistan. I think
yes.
this World Cup needs it. We gave it
What
every
cricket needs it?
opportunity by
What
putting
cricket
them
needs
in
it?
the same group that this would happen. And, you know, inshallah, that actually happens and we get to see that again, because I just feel like, you know, Pakistan, as you said, all the raw talent is there, all of the ability. It's just a mental mindset. And I think
It's a father is missing. It's a father figure is missing. I always believe in Pakistan cricket is always needed a father figure in the dressing room, either in the shape of management, as a chairman, either as a captain. Yunus is very junior than me, but you know, the way he took the team as a father, though he was very harsh at times, but he meant good for the kids and the youngsters. And that's why he gotten the respect that he has. He won the World Cup. Though he was not perfectly cut for T20 kind of a captain and the player, but the God has given him such a glory nobody could ever imagine, but he won it.
Yeah.
So that is the father figure that we needed. I think Gary Kristen is a very smart guy. He's a smart guy. Afiz rightly said that other day. You keep that management, give them a time, let them settle down, and make sure, you know, you talk softly with the iron fist, and I think you get the job done.
yeah. I mean, no one likes to look over their shoulder thinking that anything could happen at any moment. I think stability, calmness, clear head. Never know where this Pakistan team could end up. And they say pressure makes diamonds, so let's hope this is the beginning of a diamond and this Hollywood tale that we keep talking about just starting to kick into gear. But, you know, one of the most experienced in the lineup, Mohammad Rizwan, he stood up today for his side, carried his bat, Martin Guptill, 53 off 53 throughout in a run chase of only 107. That's the sort of mindset that you need. Clear cut, let's relive the innings as it went, but a circumspect start. He saw off that throw, but he threw it up to Spider Cam as well. You could see he was getting invested in the security guards hanging too close to the sight screen. It was just so much energy and intensity from him today, and I feel like it really rubbed off on everyone in the field as well.
Yeah, they knew they had to get the job done, and they needed someone to bring that energy and to lead from the front, and there was Rizwan today. Next game it may be somebody else. So you go through that, you know, different people bring their different energies each game, and it does feed off through the team. It rubs off on other people who then they bring their own energy to make sure that they're doing their job right. So you know, it might be Same's turn next game to score big runs and see the game through. So let's hope anyway.
Yeah, 100%.
Were you happy, Yunus, with the intention of this run chase? Yes, we were talking about that net run rate and, you've got to get it done by 13.1 balls to overtake USA. But was the win the most important thing and then the run rate, or how did you like the way they paced their innings?
As I said earlier, that these 2 points was very crucial for us, because, you know, up and down, the batting should be play like the net run rate, this and that. So I think they know what they need in this game. So job done, 2 points. Now focus on the next game and then plan accordingly at that game. If you need that net run rate in the next game, then you can plan about that.
Understood.
2 points now, everybody's happy. Rizwan scored. Babar Azam now, he have some score on his belt. So I think the nerves will be much down, and now they are in a good shape.
ठीक है.
राइट हफीज, बाबर के नॉक के ऊपर आपका क्या आज टेक है? क्योंकि हमने यूनुस भाई ने भी जिस तरह बिफोर द मैच ये कहा था कि स्लो खेलना या तेज खेलना इज नॉट द प्रॉब्लम है कि आपने कॉन्टेक्स्ट के अकॉर्डिंगली गेम सिचुएशन के मुताबिक आज जिस तरह की उन्होंने अवेयरनेस शो की विद द बैट, व्हाट विल यू से ऑन हिज 33 ऑफ 33?
रोहा, मैं क्या बोलूं कि अगर बाबर आजम ने अवेयरनेस शो नहीं करनी तो किसने करनी है? तो ही इज़ द नंबर 1 प्लेयर फॉर पाकिस्तान, और वो हर तरह की सिचुएशन और कंडीशन हैंडल करता है. टेस्ट का शानदार प्लेयर है, टेक्निक बहुत शानदार, के पास बड़ी शॉट्स भी मौजूद हैं. तो हमें परेशानी किस चीज़ की है? हाँ, स्ट्रॉन्ग मिडल ऑर्डर होता जो आज से 3-4 साल पहले था, दे कुड इवन गो एंड प्ले द वे दे वांटेड टू. आज वो नहीं है. आज 5 और 6 पे आप स्ट्रगल कर रहे हैं, और आपको नहीं आइडिया हो रहा है कि हमारे बाकी 3 प्लेयर कौन से होंगे जो हमारी टीम के लिए खेलेंगे. 3 तो हैं, फ़खर, रिजवान और बाबर तो हमारे पास मौजूद हैं. बाकी 3 समझ नहीं ना आ रहे, तो उसमें अगर एक बंदा 3 पे आता है और फखर 4 पे आता है तो यू बेसिकली यूटिलाइजिंग अदर्स टैलेंट ऑल्सो। तो ये बहुत अच्छी चीज़ है। मैं बहुत खुश हूँ बाबर को नंबर 3 पे देख के, क्योंकि वो पाकिस्तान की टीम में वो बॉन्डिंग और वो सोल्यूशन लेके आ रहे हैं जो मिसिंग पार्ट है। तो मुझे लगता है कि यही इनका बेहतरीन रोल है एंड आई विश हिम ऑल द बेस्ट।
A lot of hopes from Babar Azam and Rizwan, of course, both of them. Even today, it felt like Babar was pretty much there in the opening partnership because Saim got out early. But a good start because now they're making those key changes at the top, Erin.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was a wonderful performance by the men in green. I can't imagine the pressure that they felt on their shoulders after the last 2 games. So to get the win was the most important thing. They did it in pretty quick, emphatic style, which is also very important. And you know, it is all about momentum, this format of the game, and now they have the right kind of momentum going in the right kind of direction. There was some changes throughout the lineup. They tried to do something different. It worked today, and credit to Saim Ayub as well, because it was the intent was there. The scoring shots were on, perhaps on a different outfield as well, where the ball didn't plug. Some of those twos might have gone for 4s, and
especially
he
that
would have been away.
right-left combination was also there. So that's kind of you know that intention and moment, you know, sometimes works for you.
Absolutely.
Right, we can't wait to see what Pakistan do next with this lineup. Time for a short break here on Vantage Developers Presents Game On Air. But when we come back, a little deeper look into what the match held meaning for Pakistan in terms of the points, the net run rate, and of course, इस वक्त सबके mind पे जो सवाल है कि qualification scenarios इस वक्त क्या बन रहे हैं, because Pakistan really need to win their next game as well. So a lot rides on USA's chances as well. एक छोटी सी break के बाद हम वापस आ गए, don't go anywhere.
An absolute pleasure to still have your company here on Vantage Developers Presents Game On Air, and you can't take the smile off our faces in the studio because Pakistan, they get their first win. It was an emphatic style across Canada today, a win they needed oh so badly to stay in the hunt in this T20 World Cup, all the way over in New York and of course in the Caribbean. And Roha, first and foremost, I think Marty Party, the Oracle, once again, he gets it right.
Yeah.
He oh so close to guessing the amount of runs too, but Marty, the Oracle, please, 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 what's your prophecy for the top 2 in that group now? Come on.
Oh, come on, I can't say just yet. It's
Oh.
Just
too
say
far
it.
out.
Just say
Too
it.
far out.
Just say it.
Keeping the suspense alive.
I can't. Oh, it was a wonderful win, which was set up front by the bowlers. Babar Azam winning the toss, electing to bowl first. Let's relive the wickets that were taken, which was wonderful work by the pacers up front.
First 4 overs that Pakistan are bowled, and they'll be aware of that, and they'll want to rectify that for the next game. But as a bowling unit, you can't afford to do that against the better teams. They'll just hurt you too much, and they got away with it. I mean, Shaheen went for 10 off his first over and 11 off his next 3, so pulled it back really nicely. The first wicket of Dalwal, he was just set up beautifully by Amir. We went 4 balls across, swung one back in, almost got through, and then the next ball back through again and got through him. He just set him up perfectly. Perfect fast bowler's wicket, wasn't it, Shoaib?
Yeah.
The ability to course correct, I think, was most impressive by Pakistan today. When things went a little bit wayward, they managed to steer it back on course, Roha, and, you know, get the job done. So big, important improvement from everyone with the bowling unit also.
But I think credit to the way Canada started their innings, you know, that first over Shaheen का हमने देखा, यूनुस, Aaron Johnson, इनके बारे में बड़ी बात हुई before the World Cup, बहुत बस थी because ये भी जमैका से originally हैं, and जिस तरह उन्होंने आज टैकल किया शाहीन को आते साथ ही, his 52 of 44 was really the only thing that worked for Canada today with the bat. आपको इनकी innings देख के जो है वो क्या कहेंगे, आगे इनका फ्यूचर कैसा है, बिकॉज फ्रेंचाइज के जो स्काउट्स हैं वो इस वक्त बहुत केयरफुली फॉलो कर रहे हैं वर्ल्ड कप।
ज़बरदस्त इनिंग खेली उन्होंने, और मेरे ख्याल से जिस तरह वो खेले हैं, अपनी उन्होंने टेक्निक शो की है, स्किल शो की है, वो आपके सामने। लेकिन मेरे ख्याल से देखें, अगर मैं कनाडा की बात करूं तो ये जो एक फेज़ की हम बार बार बात करें, अगर उस पर जाएंगे तो उन्होंने वहाँ 4 विकेट लॉस्ट किए हैं 47 रन्स पे, जो कि 7 से 15 ओवर के हम एक जो फेज़ कहते हैं। और पाकिस्तान की बात करें तो वहाँ 55 रन्स हैं और 1 आउट है। तो ये मिडिल फेज़ जहाँ भी आता है, चाहे आप बॉलिंग कर रहे हो, बैटिंग कर रहे हो, तो इसी में ही कहीं या तो आप आगे निकल जाते हैं या पीछे रह जाओ। फिर जब रिकवरी पे आते हैं, क्योंकि देखिए रिकवरी का टाइम होता नहीं है T20 क्रिकेट में, तो मेक श्योर करें कि आप जब आप आते हो पावर प्ले से और फिर जब आप ये 7 से 14-15 ओवर तक आते हैं, तो यहीं पे यही बहुत मेन क्रूशल एक फेज़ है आपकी इनिंग का, जिसको आप विन करते हो तो आप अच्छे शेप में रहते हो मैच में।
बिल्कुल हफीज, रिकवरी की क्योंकि यूनुस बात कर रहे हैं, रिकवरी नजर नहीं आई कनाडा की तरफ से। विद द बैट 43 फॉर 3 थे ये, और जब आउट हुए निकोलस कर्टन, और पिछले मैच में भी नंबर 5 और 6 के बैटर्स जो थे कर्टन और श्रेयस मोवा, इनकी ही पार्टनरशिप थी, नॉट मच कंट्रीब्यूशन फ्रॉम द रेस्ट ऑफ दैट बैटिंग ऑर्डर। बट व्हाट विल यू से, बिकॉज ऑफ कोर्स द कैप्टन हिमसेल्फ सेट के 25-30 रन शॉर्ट थे, बट अ गुड बैटिंग एफर्ट फ्रॉम एरन जॉनसन।
देखें, अगर आप ओवरऑल देखें तो पाकिस्तान की बॉलिंग ने उनको आउट क्लास किया, राइट एरिया में हिट किया, और हम सब जानते हैं कि पाकिस्तान की बॉलिंग में वो सारी स्किल्स मौजूद हैं कि वो थ्रेट कर सकते हैं किसी भी बैटिंग लाइनअप को। वहाँ पे एरन जॉन्स की एक इनिंग्स ने उनको होप दी कि दे कैन गेट दैट 120 या 130, लेकिन उनके आउट होने के बाद या जो दो मेन प्लेयर थे जो परफॉर्म कर रहे थे, कर्टन और मोवा, वो दोनों आउट हो चुके हुए थे। तो अब किसी और को स्टैंड आउट परफॉर्मेंस देना था जो वो नहीं दे सके। तो हमने, मेरा अपना ख्याल ये है कि दे शुड बी हैप्पी फ्रॉम द परफॉर्मेंस सोफा। कनाडा की अगर उनकी बैटिंग इस पिच पे मैं देखूं, इस पिच पे भी 100+ रन्स करना पाकिस्तान की बॉलिंग के खिलाफ, उनको अपनी परफॉर्मेंस पर खुश होना चाहिए। ठीक है, यू ऑलवेज़ वांटेड टू इम्प्रूव योरसेल्फ, वो ज़रूर होगा, लेकिन मुझे लगता है जहाँ पे वो फंसे हुए थे, 5 आउट हो गए थे 60 समथिंग के ऊपर, वहाँ से ये एक रिकवरी लेके आना, वहाँ से ये सारी जो 100+ रन्स करके थोड़ा पाकिस्तान को चैलेंज करना, दे शुड टेक अ मॉरल विक्ट्री आई बिलीव।
Right, some positives for Canada with the bat, Aaron, but they will be pleased with how Aaron Johnson took charge. But of course, not much of contribution from their in-form batters today.
I think it was lucky for Pakistan that Nicholas Curtin got run out when he did, because we know how damaging he can be. He was definitely one to watch for them today. But milestones fell, as with every T20 World Cup it seems at the moment, but one in particular we have to pay mention to is Haris Rauf. He becomes the fastest pacer in the history of the format to make it to 100 wickets. Shoaib, I remember hosting a Big Bash game where he was player of the match. He took a fifer only, it seems, a few years ago. Now this rise to stardom, he overtakes the rest of the list there, the third ever quickest to get to 100 wickets in the format, sitting behind two spinners and Rashid Khan and Wanindu Hasaranga. Where is the ceiling for Haris Rauf? How far can he go?
I mean, he came out from nowhere. Credit goes to Lord Clunder to pick that kind of a talent and scouted that kind of talent out of the literally streets of Pindi. He comes from Pindi. That's why he's extraordinary. He's not normal. So,
with you as an idol, no doubt. Was it any wonder?
So, I need a bit of a flavor, guys. You're too serious. We won the game today, for heaven's sake. So I think this guy loves playing this kind of format. He enjoys that. Unfortunately, he just cannot find his length. He's happy with him. That is the most important thing. The captain talks way too much with him. Yeah.
But initially, one thing I just want to say before we move on from Haris Rauf, though, there should be a separate list which includes broken front toes from batters, because in this room alone, he's broken my husband Ben Cutting's big toe, he's broken Marty Guptill's big toe. Those toe crushes at 150 clicks an hour. Just describe for the audience, Marty, what it feels like when Haris Rauf is on song and you get a beamer at 150 on that big toe. It's still black, isn't it?
It's not much fun and it hurts. And then you've got to try and play the rest of the tournament with a broken toe. So
we don't want them to know you've got a broken toe because you want to play.
Well, they knew I did. The doctor said there's no point in getting an X-ray because it was just going to tell us it's broken. So.
And how broken was it on that X-ray?
It chipped the end of my toe off. Yeah. So should have an injection to get through.
You don't have you don't have a kind of a luck with your toes, don't you?
Well, it was that foot as well. So I only had one good toe on that foot.
And the thing was, is being a bowler, Ben's forever had a black front toe from that toe hitting the shoe. And I was like, oh, babe, the toe's looking pretty. He goes, no. He said, that's the wrong foot. That's Haris Rauf. I was like, oh, okay. Shame. 2 black feet.
Little bit of on a lighter note, Haris Rauf, we see him taking wickets in, the invite ball format, and we've seen jab se unka career shuru hai, he hasn't stuck to one single celebration. इस तरह आपकी एक iconic celebration थी of like that airplane, and we saw Shoaib Akhtar just flying through the ground. He had to change a bit of his celebrations. शुरू में उनकी कुछ controversial सी भी हुई जिसपे वो खुश नहीं थे, लोग खुश नहीं थे. But how important is a celebration for a fast bowler?
Celebration needs to come out naturally rather than has to be manifested. you see, when you take a wicket, when the ball hits the stumps, that sound actually gives us the pleasure that you can't even imagine. So we just glide through with that kind of a pleasure, you know, when we get this, when we're knocking somebody out, it's not a fun, but hitting the stump is something else. Haris, the biggest strength for him is to take wickets. If he keeps on taking wickets, he becomes a better bowler. When he does not take wickets, trust me, he's a very expensive fast bowler. So, मेरा ख्याल है कि keep on taking wicket, have a bit of faith in him. He has a pace. When he's going to land in West Indies, I promise he'll be a different bowler altogether because he's going to reverse a bit. With the new ball, he'll be excellent. Well done to him. Congratulations. Keep it up.
I think the other thing with Harris
come on.
as well, we just got to remember that he's only just come back from a very serious shoulder
Yes.
injury as well. So he'll need the time under
Yes.
his belt, the game time to get back to his 100%.
Absolutely.
You know, hitting his lengths perfectly every time. So, you know, during PSL he didn't play. You know, he was in the gym in a sling trying to get through his other work that he needed to do to stay strong enough that he wasn't starting from scratch. So, yeah, hats off to the physio team to get him back to where he is now.
Just quickly on the fast bowlers as well. Azhar Mahmood का क्या role आप देख रहे हैं with this bunch? क्योंकि he has a great rapport with all the fast bowlers और उनको इतना coaching experience है around the world. What will he bring to this side?
देखिए हारिस रऊफ के मतलब की बात तो मैं ज़रूर कहूँगा यहाँ पे कि ऐसे बॉलर्स को आपको यूटिलाइज़ करना आना चाहिए। ऐसा नहीं है कि आप उनको बॉल दे दें और आप बस एक कंडीशन में आपको उनको यूटिलाइज़ करना है। जो हमने पहले बात की कि आप बिल्कुल जैसे शुएब ने यहाँ बात की कि तेज़ बॉल करें, लेकिन तेज़ बॉल कहाँ करें? अगर एक फास्ट बॉलर अपने एक्सप्रेस पेस से नहीं करेंगे तो फिर उसका कोई फ़ायदा नहीं है। तो हारिस रऊफ का भी यही है, अगर आप उनको कहेंगे कि बाउंसर ना करें, हार्ड लेंथ पे ना करें और आगे आगे बॉल करें तो मुश्किल हो जाता है ऐसे बॉलर्स के। तो उसको आपको यूटिलाइज़ करना है। आपके बॉलिंग अटैक में, बॉलिंग बैटरी में एक होता है जो कि ड्रा के रखता है। अभी हमने नोकिया की बात कर रहे हैं, वो क्या करते हैं? वो आते हैं और बैंग 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 और उनको विकेट्स मिल रही होती हैं। तो मेरे ख्याल से ये इंपॉर्टेंट होता है और मेरे ख्याल से अजहर महमूद वो फादर फिगर हो सकते हैं इनके लिए, इन बॉलर्स के लिए।
नहीं बिल्कुल है,
क्योंकि क्योंकि वो जो है वो उनकी जो कोई हमारे साथ बहुत खेले, उनकी मेंटालिटी थोड़ी चेंज है। वो चाहते हैं कि बेस्ट आपसे लें और जिस तरह वो खुद टॉप की क्रिकेट खेले हुए, टॉप के ऑलराउंडर थे, दुनिया में लीग्स खेले हुए हैं, तो उनको बहुत ज़्यादा एक्सपीरियंस। तो मेरे ख्याल से वो जो हम एक बात करते हैं ना फादर फिगर्स को, तो मेरे ख्याल से यहाँ पे बॉलर्स के पास तो एक फादर फिगर्स मौजूद है। जिस तरह अजहर महमूद का खुद एक कैरेक्टर है, स्ट्रॉन्ग कैरेक्टर है, स्ट्रॉन्ग बिलीव है, वो अपने हम सबको पता है वो भी पिंडी से हैं।
जी वो
तो बस फिर आप समझिए अगर वो पिंडी से है तो फिर कैसे होंगे, क्या कैरेक्टर होंगे। तो मेरे ख्याल से वो फादर फिगर मौजूद है और उनके आने से, उनके एक्सपीरियंस आने से, क्योंकि वो सारे ख़ास तौर पे जो वाइट बॉल क्रिकेट है वो सारी दुनिया में खेल चुके हैं, सारे फॉर्मेट खेल चुके हैं। तो उनके लिए ये इन बॉलर्स के लिए अच्छा है कि ये उनसे जो अपने कोच से कैसे सीखते हैं।
The sky's the limit for the talent that is Haris Rauf. Congratulations, you get that title, the fastest pacer